KrisFlyer. Front of the track and Belmont marked at the rear. Fritted down the outside, but a Hong Kong lander KrisFlyer. Lucky 9 for Preble and Casper Pounds by 4. Now they're off in the Singapore Airlines International Cup. Kalaka around the outside, then came Red Cadeau. Hunter's line as they sweep in. After Hong Kong get the double, Military Attack races away and claims. Hello and welcome along to our review of the international races here in Singapore for 2013. The Singapore Airlines International Cup and the KrisFlyer International Sprint. Outstanding fields for both of the races and very little rain during the week. We had a track at 4.9 in the good range and no rain recorded on Friday, Saturday or Sunday leading into the big meeting. A couple of outstanding fields. We're going to start off with the KrisFlyer and then follow up with the Singapore Airlines International Cup. Enjoy the coverage. Drums are very common around the world, but it's not what you play, but how you play it. And no one plays it more different or unique as the Urban Drummers. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome onto the track the Singapore Turf Club Mascots. And following out the Mascots, the 2013 Turf Bells. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to Singapore for the running of the 2013 international races. A great opening to what should be a magnificent hour and a half of racing here in Singapore. Pat Cummings and Brett Davis are with me to take a look at the opening address to the fields for the big races. Brett down from Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong team certainly very well represented this year.
Absolutely, Craig. Yeah, we've come here before and of course had success with Sacred Kingdom and Green Birdie a few years ago, and Lucky 9 is a very talented sprinter, international sprint winner of course from a couple of years ago. His last couple of runs he's had a few little excuses, but I think coming down here to Singapore where it's been a delightful day, he's going to run a big race. And the crucial factor for Lucky 9 is that he's come up with a barrier draw. Regarding the Cup, Military Attack and Dan Excel, both international Group 1 winners at their last start. They've both drawn particularly well. It's a very, very competitive race this year, probably the strongest that you've had, but I'm sure they're going to run good races.
Pat Cummings follows his races right around the world. You're at the Kentucky Derby a couple of weeks ago, Pat. This field this year for the Singapore Airlines International Cup in particular is super strong.
Well, I was going to say, Craig, in some parts of the world 13 is not the luckiest number, but there is absolutely no doubt that Singapore has drawn the best fields ever for the two international races, and it's really a quality field top to bottom in the KrisFlyer sprint, in the Singapore Airlines International Cup. And I think we're going to see some really top international competition from horses like Meandra, from horses like Pistorius. To get the first older Group 1 winner from Europe here to the Singapore Airlines International Cup makes it an absolutely stellar renewal.
Pat will be here throughout the coverage, and also Brett, but let's head out the back where the action is starting to hot up. Here's Matt Jones.
Yes, Craig, incredible atmosphere here. I'm joined by Laura King from Dubai. We look at the Dubai World Cup run a couple of months ago, and so many horses coming through that race, but none better than Red Cadeau, who's just been a magnificent horse on the world scene.
He continues to surprise me, this horse. I think he's fantastic. He could well surprise us all again this weekend. He's just steadily improved from a handicapper to a genuine Group 1 horse.
And what about Hunter's Light, who went off favourite in the Dubai World Cup? Didn't quite live up to expectations, but he's been the horse that's been in Singapore the longest of the internationals in preparation for this.
Yeah, it was a bit unusual. I didn't expect Godolphin to bring him out as early as the 1st of May. Slight change in tactics by them. Love this horse. He's so genuine. If you look at his form over in Europe, he's a Group 1 winner in Italy, he's a Group 1 winner in Dubai on the Tapita. I just think that form isn't quite good enough to win this race.
Of course, for the KrisFlyer over 1,200 metres, so often we see the form from the Golden Shaheen brought over to Singapore. Rocketman was able to do the double. Again, we've got horses coming through the Golden Shaheen.
Yeah, it's a really open race, isn't it, this year? Golden Shaheen's second Belmont Master is here. He was at one who really improved right the way through the carnival. Shrewd trainer in Ed Line, and I like his chances as a sort of each-way prospect.
Larry Foley joining the coverage as well. Larry, it's just a fantastic atmosphere down in the parade ring.
Matty, it's very exciting. Lucky 9 just went past the Hong Kong contingent. That was that yell. It's going to be like that all night. Hong Kong's well represented in the next race. It's going to be a big night.
It's the strongest fields in recent memory here for the two big ones, the KrisFlyer and the Singapore Airlines International Cup.
Well, conditions are absolutely perfect for racing here tonight in Singapore. We've had a perfect day, 33 degrees, so it has been warm, partly cloudy, so no rain, and the track is at 4.9, so a good to firm for racing here. We are racing on the short course A, so the rail is true for racing here today. So it's been a beautiful day weather-wise, some top-notch racing so far, and the next two races, the KrisFlyer and the Singapore Airlines International Cup, certainly the highlights of the year here in Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the riders for tonight's two feature races. Fresh from a win at the Scone Carnival and with rides on Bell Sprinter and Mawengo tonight. Please make welcome Hugh Bowman. Successful in the KrisFlyer on Sacred Kingdom in 2009 and reigning Melbourne Cup champion jockey, riding the Hong Kong star Lucky 9, Brett Preble. Three-time Singapore champion jockey and rewriter of records, aboard Super Easy in the sprint and ready to strike ladder in the Cup, Joe Moreira. Granted the licence to train in Ireland overnight, and one of the world's most recognisable jockeys on Belmont Mast, John Murtagh. With rides on Duck Scholar and Meandre, it's a pleasure to welcome two-time Russian champion jockey Kamzat Ulabalev, a previous SIA Cup winner with Gitano Hernando and riding Kavanagh in tonight's KrisFlyer. We welcome back to Singapore Glyn Schofield, currently riding on a short-term Singapore contract and aboard the local star Mr. Big in the sprint. Welcome champion Aussie jockey Corey Brown. At the tender age of 24, already a multiple champion in Italy and a Group 1 winner in Hong Kong, riding the Japanese speedster Dasher Go-Go, Umberto Rispoli. 6 years in Singapore and firmly established as one of our best, riding the speedy goalkeeper Danny Beasley. Laid back and laconic with two rides on Emerald Hill and last year's SIA Cup place getter Flax, welcome Jose Valenzuela. Multiple champion Macau jockey and now firmly established in Singapore, riding Speedy Cat tonight, Manuel Nunez. Riding Military Attack in the Cup, Aussie jockey has been a star in Hong Kong racing in recent years, Zach Purton. Partnering the champion German galloper Pastorius and a winner of 4 Arc de Triomphe. Welcome to Singapore, Olivia Pallier. Riding one of the world's most travelled horses, Red Cadeau, a horse he won last year's Hong Kong Vazon. Welcome Gerard Mosse. After winning the Champion Mile 2 weeks ago on Dan XL, this star South African rider arrives in great form. Welcome back to Singapore, Wai Chong Ma Wing. Fresh from a Group 1 overnight for Godolphin in England and aboard a Hunter's Light for the boys in blue, Sophestri de Souza. Back in Singapore, after replacing in the sprint last year with Secret Asset, riding the informed stay of Mullakalok, George Baker. Long-term Singapore-based South African rider, riding Gold Cup place getter Lazar. Please make welcome Bar